君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。やっ
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。
ライトニングボール
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君、私が守る。決める。今。行くわよ。トリプルキル。Legendary! Double kill! Triple kill! How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we're meant to be instead of that we're meant to be? We're meant to be.
じめまして、私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
あ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
はじめまして、私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
あ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
はじめまして、私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
あ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
はじめまして、私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、大事な人を助けたいって気持ち 私にもよくわかるから。
君たち俺が絶対に守る。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち俺が絶対に守る。君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。
ライトニングボール
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君は私が守る。
heaven's will.
トです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリト君、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリト君、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at day 7 of the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor. That is our featured game for the month of July 2020. And with me are casters Mikos and Vittorio. How are you guys doing?
What up? I'm just happy to be casting into KCC because already is day 7. I haven't been joined because I played in KCC.
yeah. And you will be playing again, although it will be sometime later on in the evening. How about you, Vittorio? How are you doing? I like the background. Where are you now?
In my room.
Ooh, that's a big room, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy to cast almost every day here in the KCC. I see a lot of exciting matches, and just the 2 consecutive pentacles yesterday was very worth it to cast.
Oh yeah, I know it's definitely worth it, especially if you're the one able to do that, sir. Yeah, but for the meantime, I want to thank our sponsors giving more excitement for this community event that we have. Thank you so much, Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers, my supporter from Scotland, Srank Gaming, and of course Arthelion Gaming. Please do support our sponsors as well, of course, by checking out their Facebook pages right over there in the caption. And of course, to our dear viewers, we have an ongoing giveaway on the stream. Get a chance in winning 500 vouchers by typing in !notify in the live chat and making sure you share the live stream publicly on your wall as well with the hashtag KCCAOV. Make sure it's public so we know that you have actually participated. Ooh, I can see a lot of fans come for Miko in here. Mikos, maybe I want to give you a shout out to your supporters currently on the stream.
I don't think that is my supporters because of our side of Matt we have Miko as well. So everyone will be confused with the name of Miko and Mikos in this game.
Yeah, guys, they're saying it is. Wait. Oh no! I got confused as well because there's a Miko on the play. I'm so sorry, my dear Mikos. I didn't mean to confuse you on that and the viewers as well. So yeah, but for the meantime, yeah, I do agree, guys, as well, that our fellow caster Mika's in here doesn't have a webcam. He's quite unfair to Vittorio, but hopefully on the coming days he will join and maybe set up his his camera so that he'll join us and you'll be able to see his lovely face. But yeah, for the meantime, what you're seeing on the screen right now as well are teams Hilab Esports on the blue side and Team MVC2 on the red side. These are two Philippine teams, and yeah, let's talk about the draft. What do we see so far? Let me ask Vittorio first.
Yeah, the bans are the usual picks, except for director. But the Pain, Ellender, D-Rack, since day one of KCC, we see these bans because they're OP. Their mechanics are very, very known, especially in ranked games. The first pick of Laville, I really, really like it. It's the only hero that I would pick over Kira anytime.
Really? But how about you, Mikas? Do you find Laville really worthy of a first pick right now in the current meta? You casted in both APLs, right? So the Premier League and the Progress League. So in comparison to what you're seeing right now on here at KCC, as well as in the two APLs that you've casted, what can you say?
Yeah, because of picking Laville in the first pick will have a lot of mid-game potential for Hilab Esports. Living in mid, we are hovering into INGENIOUS as well. Because of in mid-game, they already banned out Ellender and also Pain in the early game. They doesn't want to face in the early game. So type of Hilab Esports, they will play a lot of safer in the early game. They will force a fight into the mid-game. But MVC, they're picking onto Valiant, also Raz. So the mid-game and early game already secured for MVC. So it's just really fascinating that how MVC and Hilab Esports, they just complement each other into the mid-game.
Yeah, for sure though. And I think both of the teams are currently, well, not maybe mostly we can say that it is MVC relying onto their comforts, because we don't usually see a Valheim getting a priority pick. But yeah, this is a best of one match, and sometimes if you cannot take a risk, if you're not used to countering heroes, you just go on to what makes you feel comfortable. But yeah, so far in here, any other expectations that we might see in here in terms of the picks on the side of MVC, Vittorio?
Yeah, well, they haven't picked a good support, but I'm guessing if they're going for a Valheim pick and you see a Laville killing a Crixie, they'll be going for a Lumber or a Baldum. Because of the sustain, the defensive abilities that those supports have. Maybe Timmy. We'll see in the fourth and fifth pick for that MVC team.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to wait and see. But you guys, if you, Miko, if you will be the one drafting for Team Hilab Esports, how will you be guiding them? What should
I will go for, you already have Laville with the double trouble, will have a lot of potential to dive. So Crixie and Kha'Zix combo will be the ideal for Hilab Esports because of the gravity pull and also full combo coming from Crixie in the mid game will have a lot of potential versus Raz. If you caught up Raz in the mid game, in the mid lane, you have a lot of potential to go dive into blue buff or red buff for the side of MVC.
Let's see about that. But of course, sometimes what we say here is easier said than executed. It's all up to the teams right now, and definitely whatever you want to execute. Let's say you try to practice a rotation with your team. Definitely, it's not something that you can 100% pull off, because definitely your opponent will try to stop you from performing what you want to do. But yeah, for the meantime, is this gonna be a red ban? Not too sure if this is a respect, but do you think this is worthy of a ban right now, Vittorio?
Yeah, but for me, it's it's a counter for Laville and Killen, so I think it's better for them to pick that Murad instead of banning it. For the side of MVC, I don't see any, you know, advantages for them to ban that Murad.
For sure. Well, Kriknak, why is Kriknak making a lot of showing right now? Because I mean, he's either getting, you know, I know he's not a priority pick or priority ban, but sometimes in the latter stages of the banning or picking, he can be seen. Can you tell us more about Kriknak in the current meta?
Kriknak, because of how Kriknak is such a bursty kind of hero, so because of we see Quillen, we see Laville and Crixie. Yeah, Crixie can burst down Kriknak. What if Kriknak burst down Crixie first? Because of Quillen, you can see Ultimate Quillen coming in without the absence of the ring. So it will be hard for Quillen to just find out the way to burst down Kriknak. So I think Hilab doesn't want to deal with Kriknak because of they are squishy hero kind of in the first 3 picks for the side of Hilab Esports.
Let's see about that though. But we're done with the banning phase. It's now just remaining 2 picks for both teams right now. That Zil, favorite hero of Exalted, will be locked in. So now we can say that maybe it is MVC to really going for their comfort picks in here. And that's not really a problem. For as long as you can execute your rotations well, regardless if your picks are, you know, part of the meta or no, that's totally fine. But we can see not just a flex of skin in here, but this is a lane and the Malok getting a lock in for the side of Hilab Esports. Can you tell us the overall picks now about in here in the side of Hilab Esports? What can you say about the overall comp that Hilab Esports did in here, Vittorio?
Yeah, I think they have a lot of damage potential in their lineup. They have that Laville, that Killen, and also that Crixie that can, you know, they can just burst out any heroes in any ambush. And also the Laville is a good DPS pick, especially in the mid and late game. You'll really feel the skill sets that Laville can provide. And then they have those tanks in the front, Malok and Alain. So, you know, it's a very, very well-balanced team.
Oh, yes, indeed. And there you go. We're done with the draft. To our viewers who are currently watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, let us know in the live chat who you think has the better composition. But for the meantime, maybe I'll ask Mikos. For you, which lineup are you relying on to right now?
It just depends how they are going. Because of how the lineup coming for MVC is really, I look at in the early game phase, they are having a lot of aggression. The side of Hilab Esports, they are confirmed into the mid game. They have a lot of potential to make a snowball, but depends on a lot of composition. I will go for MVC.
For MVC, but how about you, Vittorio? What's your take in here? Or maybe I shouldn't ask you because there's already a little Vil on the side of Hilab Esports. I'm pretty sure we're already on the side of Hilab Esports. But yeah, we have loaded onto the battlefield. Now I'm gonna leave it, you guys, to our casters, Mikas and Vittorio.
Thank you for that.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hilab Esports versus MVC on KCC day number 7. And what do you expect into the early game, Victoria? What you can see and what they can do in the early game?
Yeah, you know, they just need to farm and reach the mid game to, you know, reach those, you know, leveling potentials. As we all know, Crixie and Laville is very, very good, especially in the mid game. So they just need to farm safe, farm smart, and reach that mid game as much as possible.
Yeah, for farming the potential for the side of Hilab Esports, you see the support Melo and also mid Crixie. So do you think that they need to play aggressive versus the composition of side of MVC? Because on MVC they have Raz in mid. Do you think Hilab need to play aggressive?
No, they don't. They just need to play defensively as much as possible, especially, you know, that Raz really just punish you if you overextend and overreach.
Yeah, because the early game rush with the Haruken, he can't give a lot of damage into the mid lane. So side of matchup here, Melok versus the Baldum in the early game. Who do you favor onto the both sides? Onto the bottom side as well with Baldum, Melok versus Valheim and the Loville.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be a Baldum Malok, and you know, Valiant is a very very good hero at the early onset, especially because of this kit with this damage and then stun.
Oh, top side we have. It's also the double clash coming in on top first kill, but do the trade onto the bottom side. Miko has a problem here. The tornadoes coming in. Nefex next one. Gives Spirit Sentinel kill down Quillen. Oh, what the hell happening here? Nefex onto the side into the yellow. A lot of aggression coming in from MVC in the early game. 2 for 1 was out of MVC.
Yeah, like I told you, the damage potential MVC has at the early is very very good, and we saw that in that first clash.
Yeah, first clash with the damage come from Rise is just nonsense was out of MVC. But yeah, because the Castillo AOV a lot here doesn't even see the Quillen kind of the doubles coming in onto the bottom. Dale just 1 kill on Kaze. The Hepsit is going to run away with, despite being Vola, but the damage coming from Dale is just too much in the early game. 3 kills, two pick up for side of Hilab, and none of the respawn for MVC.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went wrong for Hilab Esports there. They engage knowing that their jungler and their mid lane is not in a reach for any help at that clash, so that costed them that 2 pickups for that Killen.
Yeah, because of how they early game, Quillen need a snowball because they already have the Melok and also Quillen was out of Hilab Esports. They play a little bit aggressive, waiting for the Quillen to have the Rainbreaker after this. So yeah, the damage from Hilab Esports is really happening for them into the early game. On the side of MVC, they need to be careful in the mid clash.
Yeah, for now, I think Hilab Esports has already snowballed somewhat during that 2 pickoffs. That Killen is already at 2.2k.
Oh, they're just coming in with the Nature's Prison onto the Dale. Dale can around away. Kaze in the form. Many people coming to MVC with the burst down. Nefex kills on Pantheon with the Moonfall coming in from R3 and Z. But Dale just go in. But the Nefex spotted him. So no more casualty for the side of Hilab Esports.
Yeah. Like I told you, you just need to be careful. You just need to farm. You already have the gold lead at that point. Why you risk? And just get the Sentinel, get the creep waves, just tax the lanes.
Yeah, because of how the farming coming, 3 kills to 3 with the side of Hilab and also MVC. But goal lead is on Hilab. You can see the damage early with the Quillen can do, and also the synergy that Hilab has a lot of potential to take down objective. But side of MVC, they have played a lot of teamwork here on the bottom side. They focus on the bottom side, just want to make Hilab Esports has a hard time in the AD matchup.
I think it's what MVC has is a more balanced goal. Look at here that Valiant just stunning, and I think they're going for a kill.
Yeah, I might as well kill. The Nature Prism just doesn't know where to run. You're gonna run away with the Nature's Prism and also the Yeet coming in by MVC. Okay. Shots coming in from Penchant onto the bottom tower. Hipsuit can go and run away here. No much of the damage into the early game. And the Hilab just goes in with the Moonfall. All from him. People on the Kaze. Kaze gonna run away with the damage coming from Hipsuit onto the backside. Penchant might be the one to be victim here. But 1 2 3 6 kill. 6 to 6. And Silted is in the mid lane versus Miko and Dale. But the damage coming to Dale and Miko will have it takes for side of Dale. Has a triple kill. Might as well as a quad kill to kill down in Silted. Ooh, that should be a really good clash.
It's a really good clash, and they get that first tier 1 turret at the bottom lane. Now there's gonna be some space for Hilab Esports to roam the map with that bottom turret down and out the game.
Yeah, because of how possession and one tower taken out in the 6 minutes for the side of Hilab Esports. But this still going in onto the blue ball. Miko is in trouble with the full burst of the Warden coming in with the shots for Penta. Doesn't want to give that chi to run away. And side of Hilab Esports is giving away a lot of kills here. 8 kills for Hilab, 7 to respond for MVC.
And you're seeing already a 1K gold lead for Hilab Esports. Let's see if it's gonna spiral down from their momentum from those first two clashes.
Yeah, because of what do MVC could do? Because of the aggression coming from Hilab Esports has a lot of pressure onto the blue red side right now. What do MVC could do? Because of the early game, they have Zil, they have Raz, and also Baldoom. What the potential that MVC could do in this kind of matchup, in this 7 minutes into the game?
What really happens in those clashes is they're trying to focus fire at Malik when they shouldn't. It looked like there's a shock by Malik, and that was bursted down by the Crixie and Laville. No chance to retaliate there in the top lane.
Yeah, because you picking the Chi just has a lot of potential in the late game. Despite the Chi has not has a lot of damage into the early game. Yeah, because of 4 versus 1, what Chi could do? Because of the damage, yeah, Chi is a burst damage, but side of 4 people from Hilab just goes in. It just has too much of a damage.
There was a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the targeting of MVC, they're committing errors. They're trying to burst down that Malik when they could burst down the Laville, Crixie, or Killen. That's the targeting that they need to win the clashes.
Yeah, because of how they need to win the clashes because of the Zil and also Raz. MVC need to put pressure into the mid lane with the Nexus Priestess already in use. Penta is the one to be taken down. Ultimates coming from the lane coming in. Shots on the backside. And now triple kill, 13 kills for the side. And MVC is crumbling into the ground. And Hilab Esports has a clean sweep onto that fight into the middle lane. MVC need to be careful in the next fight.
I think they're now going for that tier 3 inhibitor turret, and they're taking almost all the tier 2 towers of MVC. Well, I think they're, like I said, they're still focusing on that Malik. And you can see that after the prison, they were trying to burst down that Malik again, but that Malik is one of the best tanks in the current meta.
Yeah, we would want the best tanks and the support and a lot of damage coming from the Calypso. True damage per se, but yeah, because of how we see a lot of Malak plays has using these shots as aggressive component. But if you force that Malak to use these shots to play defensive, you win in that fight because of how slow that shots will give and a lot of damage for Malak. And I do think MVC need to realize they cannot take a full-on fight. They need to kill down Krillin. They cannot just make Pantheon use the shots for aggressive. So they need to play a lot more objective and doesn't make mistakes in this kind of 9 minutes into the game. Nefex makes an oopsie coming in with the burst damage shot that Krillin will give Nefex to realize that you cannot boost check with the Raz.
Yeah, it was a mistake for the Raz. I think he was trying to make a play, like, if it would be a 4v5, they would have a large chance to overturn the momentum that Hilab Esports has. But every kill that Hilab Esports is piling up, it's the game is gonna get harder for MVC.
Yeah, hard or not, shots onto the backside of the deal. We focus on the KazeeB for the burst damage coming from R3. It's going down. Tornado onto the backside, but Dale is going for the double kill onto R3. Mikos and Pantheon will go for the aggressive more into under the tower with the Drake onto the bottom side. That Hilab is still on aggression, still goes in for Warden. But Warden is a chi. You have the damage, but don't have the defense. And the damage coming for Hilab Esports is the mistakes coming from MVC. They just goes in, they cannot take a fight.
Yeah, they've been committing a mistake. It was a 4v5 in favor of Hilab Esports, and they still pushed it. Will there still be a try? Will they be finishing it?
Yeah, shows coming in onto KazeeB with the Baldo cannot just run away. Nefex don't have a lot of potential to just burst down Hilab Esports. Nefex, Half-Fast has been killed. Couple of normal attacks for the core, and this might be the game for Hilab Esports.
Yeah, and you
What a
see how
game, Vittorio.
Hilab Esports was just playing around that base during and letting the creeps finish the game. They were just, lining up and just going around that base, and there was a lot of action at the early, but Hilab Esports dominated that game. So let's call on Kaisaya to have a brief analysis of the game.
Well, as for me already, I think I saw from the draft itself, I was already leaning towards the composition of Team Hilab Esports on this one, because you gotta consider the early potential of Team Hilab too,
MVC?
and what more on the late game time, especially the item for that Laville is already there. What more for Dale? We know that we don't usually see Aquilen getting a high pick, high ban, but given that he can disappear from the map, definitely this Raz or this Valheim maybe will be put into position. But then again, I think Valheim also is definitely also not enough going up against a really tanky hero like that of a Malok. Maybe you would want some other heroes having the true damage like that of Hayate, or I don't know, maybe Yorn, because anyway he got some true damage too. But yeah, that's it for me. But how about you guys? I'm gonna be asking Mikos too, because you voted for the comp of Team MVC. What can you say about that?
Yeah, because picking of the Valheim side of MVC, I thought Valheim will go for the utility kind of build with the Hyoga Age and also the Frostgate, so it will make Pantheon a lot of time to go into the backside. But because of the early game, MVC they doesn't even execute the right composition. It's just hard. You have the early game, you have the Zill, you have the Raz, and also the Valheim. But if they go for a lot of aggression in early game, I do think MVC still has a chance, but they give a lot of chance to Hilab. Hilab takes one tower onto the bottom side. They bottle a lot of team fights, so I do think Hilab Esports read that a lot, and Hilab Esports came on top in this game.
For sure. How about you, Vittorio? I'm sure that you just love seeing your Laville winning again. Maybe I don't need to ask you anymore. But any other overall thoughts on this match?
Yeah, MVC had an upper hand in the early stages of the game, but like I said, they committed mistakes by focusing on that Malak instead of ambushing and just bursting in one of the carries and forcing a 5v4 clash. That was the key to their victory, and they weren't able to execute that kind of strategy. So that's why Hilab Esports was able to snowball after that first tower and 3 clashes.
Great. Thank you so much, Mikos and Vittorio. I just want to give you a shout out to those who's currently watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, especially to Talanas on Twitch, a streamer from Thailand. Thank you so much for checking out what is currently happening in the Baratayuda server. This is a server that includes players from Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines. There you go. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for the support. Meantime, while we prepare for our next match, which is going to be the Revengers and Vongola Srank, I just want to remind our viewers about our ongoing giveaway on Facebook. So just check out the pinned comments and follow the necessary instructions. So for the meantime, we're just gonna head into a really short break. We're your hosts and casters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos and Vittorio. We'll be back.
はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうも、キリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
チームワークか。
ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるからがぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし行くぞ。
はじめまして、私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょ。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるからがぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし行くぞ。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち、俺は絶対に守る。君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。やっ
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。
And yes, we are back here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor for the month of July 2020. I'm your host still, I'm Kaisaya, and with me are Mikaz and Vittorio. Yes, for you guys, for our audiences, just to let you know, the teams we're currently playing for the second series are the Revengeers and Vongola as rank, and they are both coming from the Philippines. I'm just not too sure if both of you, or maybe I'll ask Vittorio if Vittorio is actually able to remember a few of our players in here who have showed up in the upper bracket already. Do you recall any plays from these teams?
Yeah,
Or
I
any-
know. I've seen this Revengers team before. They have a good comp based on the mid. Their mid lane is very, very good, that RVG look. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to how the mid lane would control the river for their team.
Yeah, for sure though. And speaking of mid lane, I do believe that Mika's also has a favorite hero in the mid. That is the Crixie, right?
No, I love Kha'Zix.
Kha'Zix! Oh my goodness, I interchanged it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah. So never mind. I cannot continue the discussion anymore because it's not a mid lane hero, obviously, unless you wanna be a cancer
I
pick.
play Darcy mid.
Oh yeah, Darcy mid. For sure, something that you can flex in the jungle in the mid. But yeah, for the meantime, let me ask you, Mikos, what do you say about this direct priority pick on the side of Team Revengers? Or no?
Direct pick.
Yeah.
I have one only words for it: broken. It's because of direct, you know, with the Genesis barrier can defend a lot of damage coming from towers, and you can deflect the damage coming from the Drake itself. So side of the Ravagers, they need to go for a team fight based composition because of the direct. They can play a lot of objective, they can play a lot with poking with the Talon's pick, and also the Kha'Zix with the direct composition. I do think that is good pick for the Ravagers.
Well, let's see though. Now currently the Tel-Anas is also locked in. Not gonna be asking more about the Malak and Leville on the side of Team Vongola S-Rank, because we know how usual. I mean, how usual we see that kind of combo sometimes. But this is a Tel-Anas on the side of Team the Revengers. Tel-Anas can make or break. It depends on how safe she can be against the composition of the team. But so far, given that there is a direct pick, a Richter pick, and Tel-Anas pick, I'm not too sure yet if that Richter will go onto the support side. But thoughts about this first 3 picks so far for the side of Revengers, Vittorio?
Yeah, I really, really like the D-Rack pick. For me, if the D-Rack is open, then get the D-Rack. Disregard the other prior picks, disregard Leville, disregard the Zip. D-Rack is a very, very good hero. He can disrupt the back lane. You know, like what Miko said, the shield can deflect a lot of damages. He's, you know, for the 5v5, he's very, very broken in mechanics. We'll see. And I know that the RVG's mid laner is very, very good. So I'm very, very excited for this match.
Ooh, Alice making a showing. It's been a long time since I saw Alice, but it is a lock-in, and sometimes we usually see they will partner up in Alice with the Malak, though. But yeah, I'd like to ask Mika's opinion this time for the side of Team Vongola S-Rank. Malak, Leville, and Alice. What do we see on, or what might we be expecting on this comp that they have picked so far?
A lot of dive coming from Mongola because of Malak shots, and also with Alice hits it fits, and the double trouble for Leville if it hits someone with side of the Ravagers. But I do love if they swap that Leville with the Cafney pick. Malak, Cafney, and Alice, that is for sure. You have the early game composition, you have the late game securance, and also you can play into the mid lane with the Necroth pick if you want to, or into mid lane have or the top side you have Omen or the Florentino.
Well, they locked in some of our heroes in here. Is there something that you can predict as to why have they locked in these heroes, Vittorio?
You know, an Alice could really speed up the ganks. Especially, I think the Malak can be put in the mid. I don't personally like a Malak DS, but if there's an Alice that, you know, can speed up the walking pace of that Malak, then the clashes would usually be a 5v4, and that's what we need to happen if you have an Alice support.
Let's see if that will happen though, but for sure Team the Revengers will try to stop them up, especially an annoying Dirac is in there to stop them, to delay them, or even catch them up. Ooh, a flash getting over. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, they'll be locking in a quite tanky jungle in here for the side of Team Vongola as rank. Not too sure how Ravengers is gonna react, but yeah. So if there's an Omen getting hovered and pick on the side of Ravengers, definitely this Richter is gonna go you know, support for the Tel-Anas. Is this a good partnership in case a Tel-Anas and Richter is finally decided for Team Ravengers, Mikos? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because if they pick an Omen for the side of Ravages, you have a lot of objective kind of play. So Richter, for the side of Ravages, they can play a lot of aggressive in the early game, but the Vongola, they have Malok and Alice, so they cannot play aggressive in the early because of the damage coming from Malok and Alice as well. So the Ravages need to think. They cannot pick the Omen first. They can pick a support for as well. They're picking Lumber and Zanis, so they securing into the mid game with the Lumber Flicker, and as Flicker ultimate here will make a place for side of Ravages. But I do think if they cannot execute into the mid game, they doesn't play a lot of team fight because of the Ravages composition. It will be easy for Vongola's S rank because of they can pick off. They have the Zephyrs, they have the Alice, and also Malok with the Loville ultimate as well. So I do think Vongola has won this kind of draft pick.
Will they already? Okay, they locked in a Crixie. Maybe that will add into Mika's, you know, going in favor onto their side. But yeah, looking at the matchup between the composition, between the overall composition of these both teams, let me ask our casters, which side are you leaning towards to? Vittorio, share your thoughts first.
You know, I like both, but I'm going for the Laville and the Alice and Crixie
Oh yeah, sometimes if there's already a Laville, I should automatically say you are on wherever Laville is already. So I'll just ask Mikos for his opinion. Yeah, because well, which side are you leaning towards to?
For the early game, because before Vongola has finished his draft, I go for Vongola. But now they're hovering, they play Malok into the Dark Slayer lane. I do think that is quite a mistake pick coming from the side of Vongola. So I will go for Ravages because of the late game, Zanis and Tel-Anas. Richter play in the early game.
All right.
I agree.
Well, I hold on. What do you say? You agree? I thought you're going onto the side of the Laville. But anyway, I have to pass it on to our casters. This is Ravengers versus Vongola as rank, and your casters will be Mikos and Vittorio. Take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your prediction into the chat. Who's going to win this, Vongola or the Ravages? Now we see Vittorio. What do they can into the early game? We see Crixie, also Malok, and also Alice is going for the blue side of the Ravages.
They have invade potential, but you know, if they committed to getting that, Zanis is a very, very weak hero until the level 4. The level 4 cap, so you know you can still harass him, trying to get his red jungle. But if they have a D-Rack and Richter, you know, protecting him at that blue buff, then there's no invade that might be possible for them.
Yeah, because the side of we see Vongola Esports, they try to play aggressive in the early game, has the potential to steal one jungle camp because of the Ravages has Zanis onto the jungle. Yeah, Zanis is a weak hero in the early game. He needs 4 stack at least to make a place. Because of the damage with the stacks, will have a lot of burst damage onto the mid game. So the Ravages, they need to wait for the Zanis, play a lot of pickups into early game, has the potential to snowball. So if they can do that, I do think Ravages will have the chance. For the side of Vongola, they need to play early aggressive because of the Alice and the Malok gameplay.
Yeah, you know, and the Revengers side, they just need to lure out one hero at a time for that Zanis to build up his stack, and they're getting the early Sentinel for the Vongola.
Yeah, Drini is coming in onto the damage onto Reeves, and Axel needs to run away, just flickers out into the first blood coming from Killjoy, and secures onto Zaphis. Oh, that's a jungler coming from the side of Vongola. This is bad. This is quite bad for Vongola because of the jungler has been taken out for the first blood for Zanis.
Yeah, like I told you, Dirac is very, very good at disruption. He got knocked back. He was, you know, pinned to the wall. And see, it's a Vongola.
Oh, but a Killjoy onto the backside with the man of Mark has pushed. Then no casualties coming in on move for from May. Just not going in with the Sunshine coming from doesn't even hit for anyone for the side of Ravagers.
That was a very, very unfortunate play. They didn't have the punishment time to get that dragon.
That still, when we see in the APL livestream, we see Robo because of Brazilian. Stay still is Robo, so I doesn't want to see it take a lot of potential here.
Yeah, I think if they didn't have the punish, they shouldn't, you know, pursue any objectives like that Vessel Dragon because it, you know.
The splitters coming in. Oh, when he fits onto Panda, Panda needs to go away with the lumber. Has not a lot of damage with the support onto the bottom side. Now we see 1 kill on the side of the Ravages and 0 for Vongola. What do you think onto the matchup onto the bottom side here? Because of how aggressive Ravager is, what do Vongola could do because of the aggression that been dealt pressure on the bottom side?
They just need to play passively, don't overcommit, just farm. You know, and their heroes like the Laville, the Crixie, and the Malok scale very well in the late game, especially the Zephys with his passives. They just need to play smart.
Especially Chaos Arrow onto the bottom side here with the splitters coming in, but the damage coming from side of Raven secures 1 kill, 1 stack, and 2 stacks per se for Zanis in this early game. 2 kills for the Ravages and no in the respawn for Vongola. But this might be the respawn into the jungles of Vongola. Double turbos coming in, doesn't even hit anyone for the side of Ravages. So they have to disperse, they have to play it well into the jungle. Oh. It still goes in.
Here. Yeah, the Zaphis was trying to burst down the lumber, but you know they didn't have the voice activity to form a clash right there. But now they're taking the Abyssal Dragon. Let's see if they're gonna be taking the second.
Yeah, do they want to steal it? Man, Mark coming in. That's not a steal. His killer secures it, but the kill guy needs to drive his Dreamy with the ultimates coming in. With the burst of the Genesis Blast. Has a lot of damage coming in. Is in trouble with this drop and Luke secures the kill. Sage Killer with the sprint has survived the jump, but Kenichi and also Luke is pressure on the bottom lane. 2 kills will pick up, 5 kills in total of the Ravagers. 0 in time for the Vongola as rank.
Yeah, look here is the Malak getting picked off by the Richter. Will there be a kill?
Yeah, it might as well be the kill because the man of Mark give a lot of AoE damage coming for Richter. So they have a lot of kills. 6 kill into the count, 0 in the respawn of the Vongola. What do you think Vongola could do in this kind of matchup? Because 6 kill already picked by the Ravages. And 0 is just 0, and they are going to have a lot of gold deficit.
But I think even though if they got the kills, the objectives really help them to, you know, almost equalize the goal lead. That double trouble doesn't hit anyone. The Zephys isn't enough for that burst. And you know what happened? There's a clash in the bot lane.
Side. Yeah, bottom side, they have a lot of potential to just snowball right now for the side of Ravages. Yeah, I'm sorry, I see Kimchi, despite of Kenichi in the direct here coming in. Kenichi with the balls for side of Ravages, giving a lot of pressure into the jungles of Vongola Sparks. That's Rang. Oh my God, the tongue twist coming in.
Yeah, you can see the Lumber and Richter always switches the lanes. The Lumber clears the top lane and the Richter always joins the fray during the clashes, and here comes the initiate.
Yeah, with the man Omar coming in onto 5 people. Killjoy needs to run with the Genesis blast. Shots coming in inside the blast, but blast comes in. Killjoy might be big kill or not coming onto the side. Draining onto May right now. That's confirmed kill or not. But onto the mid lane, we have a lot of casualties. Malab is taken out. Yoshiro's been killed. Sage Killer is on the base, and also is not going to live again. 4 kills pick up, 12 into the account, and still none in the respawn of Vongola's rank. Ooh, this is hard for Vongola.
Yeah, the momentum is really shifted. It's only a 12-0 in favor of Revengers. There's still no answer to any kills that they've done in this game.
Yeah, they have the Unleash, they have the Melon also with the Zephyrs. They need to play aggressive. They need to pick up somehow. They need to kill down Zira. If not, they need to find Luke, because the damage into the late game is the Telenas we're talking about. So if that Telenas already has the Clips of Santi, I do think the Vongola spot will be done.
Yeah, they let the Zanis, accumulate some stacks, leading to a lot of damage, and just, every gank of that Zanis ensures a kill for that Telenas too.
Yeah, because of that, how the CC coming from Zadis will have a lot of slows for whoever he targeted. So it will be hard for the side of Angola. They need to play pick up. Yeah, they pick 1 kill onto the top side, kill on the Richter. They need to do it more. They need to kill down that Telenas. They need to kill that Panda first, because of that Lumber will be the answer for the side of Revengers because of the damage. And also double troubles coming in into the mid lane, a lot of damage, but Panda can just run away with the dashes he has. But this might be the counter attack coming from 5 before the Revengers coming in. Killjoy with the man on mark onto the mid lane here, and now draining with the S1 hits the fist onto the backside. Sunshine hits. Now side of Revengers, they need to go back because of a lot of ultimate has been used here. They cannot lose a lot of casualties into the mid lane.
You can see how effective the Dirac was in disengaging that clash. He just used his second skill and everyone was just backing off.
Yeah, because the disrupt and CC, the micro CC coming for Direct is just too much, because of how Direct can disrupt a lot of potential. He can still buff, he can boost check. So I do think that Direct S2 needs a nerf here.
Yeah, he does deserve a nerf.
He deserved it. Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, at least. The turret deflection should be, taken out of his kit. He has a lot of shields. He already has a lot of shields. He has a lot of, CC and then micro CCs and disruption. Yeah. A good Dirac means a good objective taking for the team.
Yeah, because of the picking, Dira might be broken as well. But the side of Ravagers itself, we can see Killjoy just hovering a lot onto the face of Ravagers, but the shots coming on not easy. If it's onto the bottom, the tower is Killjoys with the amount of mark coming in with the blast. Hits all the side of Vongola Spark. Vongola S rank, they need to realize the damage coming from that Dira will not be compromised, because of in this mid game, the Dira already have the Tome of Reaper and also the Bear of Agony. So that's a lot of damage, and also a lot of cooldown coming from that Dirac.
Yeah, now they're in the position to take that Dark Slayer without any contest. If you want to take objectives, you need to damage the enemy composition, and that's what happened. They all went back to the base and they went for that Dark Slayer.
Yeah, they have one contest coming from that Dark Slayer, is that the Laville Ultimate Double Trouble just coming a little bit too early, and it hits onto Lumber. So if that hits onto the Dark Slayer, might be as well as the steal, because in the early game we see Laville steals down the Abyssal Dragon, and it will be happen again. Now onto the bottom side here, and on the top side we see Kenichi plays a lot of zoning onto the Vongola. One crit coming in, no, they cannot go in because a lot of clear damage coming from Vongola. Just want to clear onto the top side.
Yeah, I think that shield was too early. But she should have waited for the other creep wave, but they were trying to protect that Drake.
Yeah, the Borussia onto the top side, leaving Killjoy onto the mid side here. Have a lot of potential to take two towers coming in. Drained towers to the top to be taken down. Ultimate coming from Lumber. Shots into the middle of onto the blue side here. But the damage coming from a lot of teams here. Oh, he's starting to be dead, but Drainy is still alive. The damage coming from Zanis, it will not be handled. A lot coming from Vongola. Vongola needs to defend this, or not they are going to the lower bracket. It will be hard. No shots coming left. Hits if it has land tools in here. Excel with the dashes coming. No double toggle has been used for side of the Ravagers.
Yeah, they're now disengaging, being methodical, just pacing the game, trying to get that last tier 3 inhibitor turret before making the last clash. They're trying to make an opportunity here. They know it's easy to kill them outside that tier 3 tower.
Killjoy with the man of mark coming in. Just want to take this blue buff for Drini because I don't know how the buff of the Abyssal Dragon is here. But the damage, look with the poking coming to tell Nas could do in the late game. Might be the last fight they can do. Jumps in Drini with the damage here. No, Dennis is better. Dennis's blast will follow. But damage. Excel is still alive. But one hit will secure the game. And Yoshiro is the one to be alive. Excel on the backside, but the damage coming from side of the Ravagers is too much to be handled. Excel cannot just defend, and this is the game for the Ravagers. They take one into their account.
It is a GG well played for the Revengers. Like I said, Dirac really did a lot of his job, and that last clash with the Dirac and Telenas combos, there was no chance for Vongola's S-Rank to make a comeback. Now let's call on Kaisaya for another brief analysis of the game. Kaisaya?
I just want to commend Mikos on how he would pronounce IG in there, the Alice. So yeah, congratulations for pulling that off, and we're receiving really good feedback from one of our viewers on Twitch as well. He's from, I don't know if he's a he or she's a she, but the name on Twitch is still Anas from Thailand. So he said in here that he loves the announcer. So there you go. Maybe because of that that paid up. But yeah, I also liked the late game potential on the side of Team Revengers in here. The Telanas maybe is quite that immobile, but for as long as he's getting the protection that she very much needed, she'll do okay. And anyway, there are not like that of a heroes that can dive in suddenly to her, like that of a Volcath, Pain, yes indeed. So it's just the Malok or maybe the Zephys, but at the same time there comes the protection coming from the Lumber and the Iraq, so there are no worries for the Tilanis in that one, not even dying once even. And yeah, I think it's a pretty dominating match. I think Revengers know what they want to do. We saw a few steals coming from the side of Vongola S-Rank onto the Dragon, but that was okay. I mean, a team Revengers know how to counter objectives so that they can still catch up in terms of the gold. But yeah, that's it for me. But how about you guys, Mikos and Vittorio? Let's start with Mikos.
Yeah, with side of Vongola S-Rank, I do think they want to play a lot of aggressive in the early game, but they lost to the aggression coming with the Dirac. So if they want to play with this composition again in the lower bracket per se, they need to ban the Dirac. Because of the Dirac, S2 is just giving a lot of headache for Vongola. But I do think if they play Malok in the mid lane, he doesn't pick on the Crixie, they pick another Dark Slayer for Vongola S-Rank, they will have a lot of potential because they need the Alice and the Malok synergy in the mid lane to kill down the Dirac.
For sure, Talana said, thank you Lumber for the love. Yeah, because that's his IGN on Twitch. How about you, Vittorio? Your thoughts about this match overall?
I do agree with what Mika said. The Malok was a very, very bad pick for Vongola. Most of the time, it was just a 5v4 with the Richter being so mobile from that Dark Slayer, always being there in the clashes at the early stages of the mid game. it really made a difference. And also there was no other front line for Team Vongola, leading to that, they were able to kill the Alice and Zephys easily at those clashes. So it was one of the deal breakers in those clashes.
For sure.
Is just a bad pick.
Yeah, no worries to the fans of Vongola S rank because we still got the lower bracket for them. For the Revengeers though, they will be moving on to round 2, or rather round 3 in the upper bracket. Meantime, up next is RenaistreUp from Indonesia and Team UWU from Indonesia as well. That after a few minutes break. For your casters, it's me, Kaz, and Vittorio, me as your host, Kaisaya. We'll be back after a few minutes break.
Bye.
Lightning Ball!
Star Splash! キリト君、私が守る。決める。 はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるからがぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間といるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
Hey all guys, I hope you're doing great still here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor. That is our featured game for the month of July. I'm Kaisaya, I'm your host, and joined with me are casters Mikos and Vittorio. Meantime, I want to introduce the teams that are currently on this third series. RenaistreUp from Indonesia versus IU.ASW from Indonesia as well. And of course, another thanks to our dear sponsors, Garena Indonesia, Tyers from Scotland, Srank Gaming, and of course, Arthelian Gaming. So our viewers are currently watching on our live stream on Facebook. Don't forget that there is an ongoing giveaway, 500 vouchers. All you have to do is to type !notify on the live chat and make sure you share the live stream publicly on your wall with the hashtag KCCAOV. So now, let's talk about the draft right now. Okay, I'll hold a thought because there's a request for shout out in here coming from Mr. Newbie on YouTube. And Pig Perfect is also asking for a shout out from Mikos and Vittorio. Maybe I want to give a shout out to our YouTube viewer Pig Perfect, Mikos and Vittorio.
Yeah, because I just seen comments into Facebook, so I don't know what is comment onto YouTube and Twitch. So shout out to all.
Yeah, shout out to everyone.
It's just that easy.
Shout
but
out
don't forget to
all.
share this live stream though.
Yeah, for
if
sure.
If you want
but...
to win 500 voucher.
For sure. It's every day actually. We have a total of 14 days for the Arena of Valor game feature, this KCC event. And yeah, now let's head on to the draft. Let's talk about this. This is a Laville again, really highly contested still, but now we've seen from a while ago that it still all depends on how you're going to be composing your team overall. And now that is a matchup between Laville and Dirac, plus there is a Hayate that we know that won't be having a problem in case team the blue team side in here, Team IU, Team UWU, in case decides onto going for a tanky lineup. But how about you guys? What are your thoughts on this one? Let me ask Vittorio first.
For the first two picks, I'm already leaning with Rice Mad in their lineup. They already got the Dirac and the Hayate, so it's a very, very big deterrent against tank heroes. So if ever IU Team UWU would, opt for a very tanky build.
Oh, sorry about that. I just got shook because someone donated on Twitch. Thank you so much, Still Anas, for the $3.16 donation on our live stream right over there. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure. Did not expect that coming in. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Vittorio. Continue what you're saying on this one. You're liking... Oh, by the way, that's RenaistreUp, not Rice Mad. So yeah, RenaistreUp.
RenaistreUp.
Yep.
Okay, RenaistreUp versus IU Team UWU. For me, it's, the first two picks are already looking good for RenaistreUp with that Dirac and Hayate. And they locked in on that Malak, so they already have a tanky build. They have a PO build with that Dirac and a Hayate already going for them.
Like, sometimes I talk about it. Oh, don't you worry if there's a Malak on your opponent's side or any tank here. Just pick up a Hayate. And a Hayate will not have a problem in that later on this part of the game. But RenaistreUp wants to pick both for their side. But let's see how this goes. Because IU Team UWU's lineup is doing okay as well too. Mikos, what are your thoughts on this? What you're currently seeing so far?
The first three picks coming from IU, it's just they have the Loville, they have Gina and Tane. I don't think they already seen Hayate and Dirac were side of Renaistre, so they need to build a CC kind of composition. Did they pick the Gina also Tane? I don't think that is enough for the Gina to match up with the Dirac in the early game. Yes, they can play aggressive. They can chase down the Mellow. They can burst down the Mellow. Also, Dirac can run away. But the problem is the Hayate. They need to bring something that can stop Hayate to go run away.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe some stuns, maybe some luck. We have the double trouble from Laville, only if that will connect, of course. But, yeah, what do you think might be the best pick in here if they want to counter out the Hayate? But do you even feel that Hayate really needs to be countered up in here, Vittorio?
Hayate is already gonna have a good time with that Gina and Tane, especially with that Gina just having that sprint, and then Tane has a flicker, but Hayate has that purify, and also he has dashes to just kite those heroes.
Yeah. Well, how would you make it? Do you think Hayate must be countered, or yeah? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, because if you just doesn't want to counter the Hayate, is fine in the early game, but into the late game we see a lot in APL. Hayate has not died in the quarterfinal once, so it's just really hard to kill down Hayate. So if you're picking Volkov and the Wukong, I do think Wukong is the question for the side of IU here, because of you have the stuns, you can burst down Hayate. Despite Hayate has the Purify, you need to bait out with a Volkov S2 for the Purify.
Well, let's see about that. Not too sure who's gonna go jungle in here. Could it be the Volcath or the Elaine? We'll have to check. Even Laville can go for, sometimes you see, well, that's in ranked games, but I'm not too sure how viable it will be in case we put it in competitive. But for the meantime, what do you say about the heroes that Team IU, Team UWU locked here in their side? Vittorio.
Yeah, well, IU Team UWU made a good call on that Volcat. And the Alain is, so if they're gonna use Alain in the CS lane, it's gonna be so. He's not that mobile as the Richter can be. But overall, I like what RenaistreUp has in their sleeves. They have a Dirac, Hayate, Malok, Richter, Kriknak, and that says it all in the drafting. If ever they lock on to any assassin heroes.
Morado getting a hover and deciding between Kriknak. Finally ended up with a Kriknak. Does this look good for you, Mikos?
Versus Kriknak versus Volca Ninja. No, Ellen go jungle. Only potential for the side of resistant up here is just really they have poking, they have a lot of diving, they have Melo, Hayate, and also Richter. I do say their composition has a lot of potential to in the early game. Despite of IU, they doesn't have a lot of CC. They have Tane only.
Yeah.
It will be hard for Team IU to play in the mid game.
Oh, let's see about that. Until Anas from Thailand also sharing here that a lane jungle in Thailand is meh. So he doesn't trust that. So we got some opinion coming from our viewers too. But yeah, let's see about this, because it will still be all up to the players on how they're gonna execute this game. So yeah, for the meantime, I will be passing on you guys to our casters. Again, this is Mikos and Vittorio.
What up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 3. We have IU.ASW versus the RenaistreUp here. So what you guys are going to predict in what happened in game number 3? Who you going to favor out? Team UWU or Team RenaistreUp? Say into the chat and see who are going to be winning this fight. So Vittorio, you already see the Loville side of UWU, but the matchup coming in, the real talk is the direct on the side of RenaistreUp. So, which one will have the most priority into the early game?
You know, just looking at it, RenaistreUp has the upper hand. They have the Richter, they have a Malak. Look at that. Look at that Thane already at half health, popping out his passive. Oh, so
Yeah, heal me.
So you really expect that the Thane is gonna have a hard time now? He just pushed that Malak and he's just saving some pain.
Yeah, already flicker out the damage level. Dirac and also Malok in the early game will not be compromised because of the early game. Dirac and also Malok has a lot of damage with the pure damage or true damage from the clips coming from Malok will have the potential to let a lot of snowball. You can see the possession onto the bottom side. Malok with the Hayati into the mid side. We have Dirac. A lot of space given to Kriknak to have the level 4 first. Has the potential to gang Volkov on the top side.
Yeah, in the top side, Volkat kills that Richter who got very, very greedy.
Oh, I didn't see that. The Richter has been killed. All right.
Yeah.
Volkov killed Richter pre-level 4. Okay. Oh,
The damage
coming in from
potential,
Ken's.
Yeah, even if they, push that Malak is just too tanky. With just 2 swipes, he can, regenerate his health. But that Richter kill is gonna, affect how he stays in that DS lane. That Volkat is too, in the early stages, he has a lot of bursts, especially if he hits his combos.
Yeah, a lot of combos coming from Volkov. With S2 hits, will just teleport Volkov into whatever it is. But in terms of our team fight here, a lot of potential for Team UWU as well because they have the Dira, they can start onto the back lane. They have the team will have giving a lot of CC, but I do think team fight for Team UWU, they need to execute well. They cannot just give the Malok to just shock onto the backside because we know that Malok is the prioritized for team for RenaistreUp. Oh, onto the top side, we still have a fight.
Like I say, look at that Thane just, soaking up the damage from that Hayate and Malak.
Yeah, you give true damage, 2 true damage on the side of RenaistreUp. You cannot deal into the early game. You have to pick off. You need a lot of CC to just kill the Hayate and the Malok. You need to wait for them to make mistakes. So if no mistakes made by RenaistreUp, it will be hard for Renastre. For Team UWU.
Yeah, as you can see, they're very, very methodical. They're just, seeing if there's people in that bush.
Yeah, flicker it away, but heal me need to run away onto the backside. Put trust come in, no ultimate just yet. Ultimate be used. Jira might be the first to take it away, but the shots giving a lot of damage here. 3 kills, 4 kills with no CC. Team UWU is not going to make it. A lot of burst damage coming from Kriknak and a Kunai Blitz coming from Hayate. That's an early game composition, a lot of damage, and now Team UWU need to realize they cannot take a fight anymore in this early game.
Yeah, wow, they already got those 4 kills to none in favor of RenaistreUp, and also with that tier 1 tower objective, like I said, they're now gonna be fully controlling the vision in the river.
Vision in the river. Zeta with the CCs coming in. Kenzo with the shocks are not into the middle. John is still under the blue buff. Risky. S2 doesn't even hit. Goes in with the man of back. Ultimate's coming in onto the Volkov. But the damage coming from Team UWU is not enough to kill one. With it onto a lot of damage. Shutdown coming from Butra. Down. Oh my god. What happened inside the brush? That is a lot of damage being traded. But 3 kills picked by Team Renestre and 2 in respawn for Team UWU.
Yeah, like I said, that Malak is just too tanky. They weren't able to burst, and he was able to use his cleave to kill two of the heroes of IU Team UWU. Like I said, the Tain is not that effective, especially if you're gonna go in a clash at half health.
Yeah, half health with a Tain here. We can see a lot of mistakes coming from Tain because he's good, just dives in without a lot of health. But if the Tain has full health, it will be something else. And out goes in onto Putra onto the backside. Zera with the Genesis barrier coming in, a lot of burst damage, but he just received the Genesis blast. But Putra skills on kill onto the Zeta, but the Silas has been killed. Putra with the double kills just still goes in, but Kina Blitz onto the backside. Oh, they stayed too long. They stayed too long with the burst glass cannon coming from the Kunai Blitz, and also the Cleave just whip the problems into the Abyssal Dragon. Team IU.UWU is on the back, rumbling into the ground.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-4 exchange in favor of RenaistreUp. And now they're going for that Abyssal Dragon and also taking that mid lane tier 1 tower. Is there gonna be a change in momentum? What do they need to do, Mikos?
Yeah, they need to pick off, or they cannot just kill, take a lot of team fights. They need to focus onto the Dark Slayer, has a lot of damage on top, take 1 kill, trade it with the objective, because we see none objectives taken by Team UWU just yet. But they already on to deficit of 5k gold. On the top side, Risky might be taken out with the flickers coming from gold, but S2 secures the kill onto the Dark Slayer lane. 1 kill, 1 tower. That is what objective coming in for the RenaistreUp. 1 kill, 1 tower, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, look at that. Hayate just, harassing this heroes. He knows that he already has the items.
Yeah, because into mid-game, Hayate has a lot of potential. You can see the items already have defenders, the Fafnir talent, and also ongoing for Slick Stings will have a lot of potential. The speed attack speed will be the main factor for us at RenaistreUp with Hayate into the early game. Look at the damage given onto Putra here, only 50% health which is taken down with the single kunai lineup.
Yeah, Hayate is already, getting hit, but the Richter guy gets bursted down by that Jinnar.
Yeah, I do really have a question a lot on the Jinnar pick here. We have a lot of aggression coming in here. So Kenzo doesn't even want to use the shock just yet. Just still goes in a lane with the damage. And we'll look at the damage for the lane. Putra skills 1 kill. And the shocks onto Putra. Kenzo taking 1 kill, but the direct secures the kill first. But Risky has the double kill with the drone drop onto the flanks and kills down the Volkov. Duting has a lot of potential on the side of RenaistreUp with this steals goes in, and there's a confirmed kill on Skylar on the backside. Gina doesn't have the ultimate just yet, and this might be the kill. Another double kill for Sylar.
Was he lagging? He wasn't able to, use any skills.
Yeah, it might be lagging or just there's a crit knack. I cannot do anything. I doesn't have the ultimate. Just stay here. I might be taking kill away in just a couple of seconds because of a crit knack.
Yeah, but I do think that maybe their their Jinnar might have disconnected at that moment with the blue team close this match.
Yeah, all right. We see 9 kills for Team UWU and 17 on RenaistreUp. So with the 9 kills, you have a lot of deficit in goal. It's just like 7k deficit goal. So what do Team UWU can do in this kind of matchup? What they need to do? Because of the team fight from Renaistre is too much to be handled.
Yeah, since RenaistreUp is very, very aggressive, you need to force them to have a tower clash. That's the only option you have for IU Team UWU. I feel like if they contest objectives, even if they get the objective, I feel like they're just still gonna be fodder in the ground.
Yeah, because see how the KDA coming from that. There are 2, 3, and 12. 12 assists. It's just 70% of the kills coming from RenaistreUp. So I do think if Team UWU can kill down the direct first, it will be happening for them because of how the direct will be annoying into the team fight. Risky have been popped a lot of damage. Ultimate just a little too late to go under the horse. Now 1 kill for Gober. Risky cannot do anything with the Volkov.
They're gonna force a 4v3, the 3v3 here in the mid lane.
Oh, spotted up Putra onto the backside here with no ultimate just yet. Ultimate onto Zeta with the Marco Frost has been used. The damage, this might be the blast. And the shots coming in under the tower, but the damage coming from RenaistreUp a little bit too much. This might be the game because of Putra is still 24 seconds left. They have the creep in mid lane. They have the Drake. They have the they have the creep on top as well. This might be the game for man. People can just defend the damage coming from Sylar a little bit too much. They cannot force a fight here, and Team UWU need to realize they need to clear the way first.
Saw how the potential there. If they did the clash at that tower, they waited instead of going out for an ambush in that mid lane. They could have won. It was a 4v5 at the moment, as you saw, because that Volca was already dead, and it was a very, very bad call for them to make a clash at that tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they need the ultimate of Volkov onto the backside, want to kill down the direct. They need to prioritize on the direct first. They need to kill, they need to chase down Hayati. We can see how Hayati is already 7.8k gold. After this is going for the Clips of Santi. It will be hard to kill down Hayati. Yes, Hayati have the dashes with the Kuna Blitz, has a lot of damage, but one team fight will secure this all because there are already 2 inner towers left for the side of Team IU. They have the double buff here. No, they have the Abyssal buff. No buff just yet. They have the Abyssal 12 mid into the account for the Abyssal Engraged Abyssal buff. So they have to wait for the Drake, the Dark Slayer. Yeah, they have to wait for the Dark Slayer buff here if they want to take a fight for the side of the RenaistreUp.
Yeah, I agree, but look at that. Hayate just bursting down that Jinnar without even popping out his SS.
Yeah, I'm just lagging over here.
Look at that shock.
Yeah,
hitting down with the laser
with the
and
burst damage, but Risky onto the.
I think it's lagging, but it looks like a tower lock coming here. It is gonna be an end, and I think it's gonna be RenaistreUp winning against IU Team UWU in that very, very dominating game.
20k gold lead for RenaistreUp. It's just too much. It's just too much for IU Team UWU. 20k gold lead.
Call on Kaisaya for
just
another brief analysis.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, well, that was quite momentum breaker right over there. Missing out Miko in the last part of the clash. But anyways, yes indeed, Hayate worked out. He didn't have any problem going up against really tanky frontliner like that of Athane. And even that Jinnar going, having to dive in for him to hopefully get his value, but unfortunately it's something that the Hayate would want to see as well because he goes in with the Kunai Blitz. We saw how the Malik as well, very confident on this hero, on his hero pick, knowing when to engage and when to cleave out the members on the side of Team who's that again? IU Team UWU. But then again, I think also it is somehow a lane jungle not really proving that worth, is it? What do you think, Mikos?
Yeah, just a lane jungle is just a little bit too late. It's just too late to be functional into the side of IU because some say that a lane need a buff, but I do fight a lot of lane jungles that have an effect into the jungle. So for you want to play a lane jungle, you have to wait for the mid game. It's just like playing with the Zanis. It's the same. Burst damage Zanis in the late game, a lane damage into the late game.
I do agree on that one. Currently not satisfied with the Alain jungle. When he came out, maybe everyone just went so excited because there's also the Kirita skin in him. But how about you, Vittorio? Your thoughts about this? It appears that, is it for you, this is a dominating match in favor of RenaistreUp?
Yeah, it was a dominating match. First of all, they got the D-Rack, they got the Hayate, but they still, they still forced that Jinhar and Thane picks, which were very, very it's just very, very advantageous for that Hayate. He was just throwing the kunais, being able to kite, being able to damage freely without anyone getting into him, except for that Alain or that Volca who gets just bursted down before even getting close to the Hayate.
Whew. Thank you so much for that input. But anyway, don't you worry, guys, to the fans of Team IU.UWU. Don't you worry, because we still have the lower bracket. They will just be falling onto that, and they will still have the potential to even make a comeback. But for RenaistreUp, they will be heading on to the upper bracket round 3 to face up a different opponent. But for the meantime, we'll just be heading on to a short break. Up next will be Rise Mad from Indonesia and Alpha Team from Indonesia as well. Don't you guys go away. We're your hosts and casters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos and Vittorio. We'll be back.
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。 大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。遅い。今。耐えた。待ちなさい。Double kill。
ライトニングボール
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君、私が守る。決める。今。行くわよ。
ライトニングボール
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君、私が守る。決める。今。
Good evening, everyone. We are back here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor. That is our featured game for the month of July. I'm your host, Kaisaya, and this time we are joined with KazeeB and Vittorio. But before anything else, I'd like to thank our sponsors who helped us in this event too. Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers, my supporter from Scotland, Srank Gaming, and of course, Arthelian Gaming. So our viewers who's currently watching right now, we have a giveaway ongoing on Facebook. All you have to do is to type !notify in the live chat and make sure you share the live stream publicly on your wall with the hashtag KCCAOV. The giveaway is a 500 vouchers 500 worth of vouchers, and I can see Miko's already chatting on Twitch too right now, checking out maybe where Talanis is. But yeah, we're just about to complete one team in here. Part of the rules is that if the lobby expired, we have to disqualify one of the teams who has the least number of players. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they complete the lineup. But I'll just check out first maybe what is up for KazeeB. KazeeB, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Bill got wet around a little bit in the rain a while ago, so I was late.
Hopefully you're all settled down before you cast. But players are complete. I'm just gonna be asking if they're ready. Vittorio, though, how are you doing to right after casting with the pro caster Mikas a while ago?
Yeah, it was a very, very eye-opening experience. I really liked casting with Mikos. He was very, very smooth to be with. Shout out to you, Mikos. I hope I get another opportunity to, shoutcast with you.
So let us go. I think the teams are ready. Let us see what is about to happen here. Indonesian teams on both sides right now. Do we have any expectations that we might see in here, KazeeB?
I'm expecting maybe like a Dirac ban or a Zip ban. Normally, when I see Indonesian teams, that's their normal first bans in games.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see though if that is the one that we'll see a while ago. But from the first few series that we've seen from today, there's a consistent priority on the Dirac, on the Laville. I'm just not too sure if that's what we're about to see again. But meantime, it is a Dirac ban in here onto the side of Rice and Mad. I do believe maybe Vittorio will think that it's still worth respecting.
Yeah, definitely Derek is one of my bannable heroes, especially if you can't secure a first pick. I would definitely ban D-Rack and then Laville or Zip. Those are the basics. I don't prioritize Kira. Kira can be countered by invisible heroes, the visions. So I think still, if you're gonna ban, just ban those broken heroes like Laville, Zip, and D-Rack.
Yeah, Broken being not really that bug, but considered quite OP somehow. So Laville is getting a hover on the side of Alpha team right now. If we just discuss this priority pick, we already know why is this worthy of first pick. For he got the sustain. I mean, not that much of a sustain, but he has this way to escape from team fights. Given that the second skill is quite OP per se. Hopefully that won't get a nerf anytime soon for the meantime. But how do you counter a Laville? Let us ask KazeeB on this one.
Oh, for Laville, I think the best way to counter him is have those pretty long range marksmen who can outpoke Laville in terms of the distance that they can throw their skills, like Violet and Kafeni. I think that's where he's gonna struggle a little bit.
Cool. Though Krizix though. But yeah, meantime, well, they don't have a locked hero in here for the side of Fry's Mad. For you, Vittorio, what kind of heroes Laville will have a hard time on his lane?
Yeah, like Kafeni, Violet, and maybe Telenas. Like we saw at the last game where in Revengers, the first game where Revengers, used the Telenas against that Laville. There's no way that he can outpoke Telenas, who has a second skill and first skill at the same time. Laville has a lot of trouble in the early game. You need to capitalize on that if you want to have an advantage in the AD lane if you're facing a Laville user.
Well, let's see though. Wonder Woman, I don't usually see that getting a priority at all. What are they planning on here? Do you have any idea, KazeeB? Do you have any predictions as to why they have picked this one out as a priority?
It's probably because of comfort heroes for the side of Rise Mad, but it may also be that their DS laner isn't comfortable going against the Florentino. So maybe they picked this Wonder Woman so that there's tankiness and sustain.
Ooh, Hayate. Will he really make a showing again? Yes, indeed. And I do believe Hayate is actually a good counter, even against that Florentino. But what are your thoughts Vittorio, on what we're seeing right now in the draft?
For now, since I don't have any ideas into support, but just seeing the Florentino versus the Wonder Woman lineup, if the Florentino is a very, very good user, he's gonna definitely have an edge over a Wonder Woman, even if it's his comfort pick. But at the same time, the Hayate can be very hard to catch. So we'll see how much the Krizix combo and Hayate combo can execute the mechanics they want to happen in this game.
Let us see though. They have banned out the Zip in here as well. We haven't been seeing Zip since from today to here at day 7 at the KCC AOV event. But a respect in the number 2, we don't usually see this getting banned. Usually there's a priority for the Lumbur, but him out of the picture. What are the other options that you can see in here as a support for Alpha team, KazeeB?
Well, to pair with a Laville, maybe something a little tanky like a Thane or
Mm.
an Et.
Not. I don't know because Thane, he might have a problem again, like what we saw a while ago, because there's a Hayate on the side of Mat. But maybe Annette, although not part of the meta, I would agree on that one, rather than the Thane having to go up front against the Hayate. But we'll see. Maybe Alpha Team can go on a poke type based here and here, now that they got a Raz, and they just can't go up front with a Kha'Zix, with a Hayate. But let's ask Vittorio what he thinks so far on what Alpha Team can do in here, because you know a lot of support in here are banned. You know, Zip is out of the picture, Lumber is out of the picture too. What else can they pick against the Hayate?
No, they can always pick a teamy to accompany that level. The teamy has a stun. He can overreach. Has that revive for a second chance, which
Second
after
chances.
Hayate can burst down the enemy team, and if they revive after, he wouldn't have any AOV damage left. So Teamy would also be a choice. Also, like I said, I don't prefer any tanky supports that can be kited by the Hayate.
Yeah, I'm too scared about soaking in all of the damage that Hayate will be throwing out. They're hovering every tank that they can choose from. There's a Timmy, the one that has the second life chance. Let's see about that. But for the meantime, there goes the Volca. Ooh, an Ormar making the first showing here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor. Any thoughts about this Ormar pick, KazeeB?
I like Ormar as a support, but you don't really see him that much. I think he might struggle though a little bit because his skills are more of dashing, and if he goes in front of his teammates to save a little bit of damage from the Hayate, he's gonna get burned down really quickly.
Hopefully not so. If Alpha Team really wants to make it. But Maganga, a lot of cheese peaks in here coming from the side of RenaistreUp. First it was the Wonder Woman. Is it now Maganga will make a showing in here? Gilder as well even will be kind of a cheese peak, but he sometimes work. Ignis is in here, not that much of a cheese peak because we usually would see him, but setup potential, there is that annoying CC that Ignis can throw out on the floor. But yeah, lineup and the picks have been completed in here for both Alpha Team on the blue side and RenaistreUp on the red side. What do you casters think about this comp? Which one do you predict in terms of getting the higher chances of winning? Let's start with KazeeB.
I think both of the teams are like in an equal standing right now. I think it will all depend on how they execute their lineups for me to decide where I'd go between the two.
Ooh. How about you, Vittorio? What do you think?
For me, it's also both balance. Alpha Team has a lot of ambush potential, while the Rice Mad has the wombo combos. So let's see if they can execute it perfectly in this game.
Oh, well, to our viewers, whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, on Twitch, please let us know what do you think. Which team do you think has the better composition? But for the meantime, I'm gonna leave you to our casters, KazeeB and Vittorio. Take it away.
Thank you for that, Kaisaya. Welcome to Kaisaya Community Cup Game 4. It's going to be RenaistreUp versus Alpha Team, so you need to comment down there who do you think will win this game. Now for a quick recap of the lineups. For Alpha Team, they have Laville, Ormar, Raz, Florentino, and Volcat.
And for the side of RenaistreUp, we have a Kha'Zix, a Hayate, an Ignis, a Wonder Woman, and the Zephys. So for now, guys, it's still early in the game. We do see that this Ormar's being poked out so much by the Ignis and the Kha'Zix as well. They're rotating very fast on the side of Alpha Team, as well as RenaistreUp.
Yeah, look at that. That Raz just poking that Ignis, showing his damage potential in the early. Raz is a very, very good hero, especially if he knows how to poke, he knows how to distance. Look at here, he's almost putting the support and the mid lane to half health.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. We do see that the Volcat's almost done with, is already done with his jungle, and the Zephys is still struggling here. There's a gank onto the Kha'Zix, and he does not get spared and dies as first blood in favor of Alpha Team.
Yeah, like I said, they have a lot of ambush potentials. That Ormar just went in, and that Volca uses his first skill stuns. That Kha'Zix wasn't able to react at all.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but we do see that our Alpha Team is very objective based here. They have gone directly to the Spirit Sentinel, and they have 5 seconds to position themselves around this Abyssal Dragon, which was where the next clash is going to happen. I think because our Rise Mad is already here with 3 people in the middle bush here. They get a little poke onto the Ormar, and they have engaged though. But they're still here in the Abyssal Dragon side though. I don't know if our Alpha Team is going to try to push to take this objective. They do have 4 people here in this area. We do see that the Zephys is hiding here in the bush. I think he's gonna try to really steal this dragon, but Alpha Team secures that with an ultimate from the Volcat. What a nice ultimate by the Zephys as well. He has turned around the fight a little bit, but the Hayate ultimate's doing so much damage for our Rice Mad team, but there's so much burst damage coming from Alpha Team as well, and the Laville's being able to hit, and he secures the kill on the Zephys, but he also dies in the process. Do you think that kill was worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it because it was a 4-2 exchange in favor of Alpha Team, and also they got that Abyssal Dragon, so they already have 1 up on the objectives, and they also got that Sentinel. So definitely they would have already the 0.7 gold lead in favor of Alpha Team. I think they have the momentum in this game. What do you think what Rice Mad should do to turn over this game?
For me, I think it's still pretty early in the game. It's not that big of a gold lead. They just have to keep to make sure that they're able to fast clear their waves and rotate in the portion of the map where they can properly execute a gank. But here we do see a gank skirmish of the Florentino and the Wonder Woman. So overextending here, but the rest of the members here of Rice Mad are trying to gank onto him. But the rest of Alpha Team are here also to help our teammates. And there's so much people dying on the side of Rice Mad. No kills for the side of Rice Mad, and just deaths.
What an outplay! Yeah, what an outplay by that Florentino. He wasn't bursted down by that Wonder Woman. What a good, a good timing of his Frost Orb. That's why he survived that clash. Now the double trouble hits the Hayate in the bot lane.
Yeah, and I think are they gonna try to take this Hayate? But I think they just wanted to poke him out a little bit. Ormar is a little bit dangerous here, trying to position in a bush in the middle of the jungle of our Rise Mad, but I think this is a good position for Alpha Team to take the second Abyssal Dragon of the game. We do see that the Florentino had to head back here from the top lane, but that's totally fine because both of the DS laners are really just putting up the best fight they can amongst each other. But we do see our Raz here in the position to help the Florentino.
There's a lot of things that they can do now since they already got the bottom lane tier 1 tower. There's a lot of control in the vision in terms of the rotations that will happen here. You see here that they're joining hands on each other, but they can do a lot of things since the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane is already broken. Now they're just harassing anyone who's just going to the river bushes, and that's what happens when the tier 1 tower gets pushed in as early as the 5-minute mark.
Yes, I totally agree with you there, but we do see that Rise Mad here is trying to push this bottom tier tower so that to equate the tower pushes, but because the Vil was able to clear the wave, he's able to survive the onslaught though. They were able to get the tower here in bot lane. While that was happening, our Alpha Team was able to secure this mid tier, and in the top lane we do see that they're going to gank onto this Wonder Woman all alone with the Volcat and Florentino just bursting her down. And what happened to the Wonder Woman there?
Yeah, he was in a very, very bad position. We all know Florentino is a very, very good dueling hero. He can go in, go out, and, you know, deal a lot of damage. And, you know, the bottom lane tower for that mid lane tower, it's not that, you know, it's not a good of a trade. Now they already have all the tier 1 towers off Rice Mad. Let's see how they can control the vision right now here in the middle part of the game.
Yeah, and for now, our Rise Mad is struggling a little bit on map control because our Alpha team has pushed so many towers so far. We do see that the Ormar very nice position to provide vision for his team. Whoa, the Zephys has entered the bush. He's able to poke and stun him a little bit, but the Ignis is there to support. But what a double trouble from the Laville, getting a stun onto the Ignis. The Ignis has used Smack of Frost, but it is not enough to save his life.
Yeah, with that flashy boots, he's definitely gonna be staying stunned for a long, long time.
And yo, here in the mid lane. Yeah, and there's a mid lane here. There's so much poke onto the Chris6. He's able to survive though, but there's still aggression coming from our Alpha team. But as well as Rise Mad has gotten a little bit mad in this clash. He's able to turn it around a little bit, but they were only able to kill one person from Alpha team. And Alpha team, because the Laville is so very healthy, he was very confident to take that second tier middle tower.
Yeah. Every clashes, Alpha team is getting one objective after another, with no answer from Rice Mad. You know, they're really
back onto this Wonder Woman. She just stood no chance against 5 members of Alpha team here, but he does use his resurrection, his endless cycle, so that he is revived here. This is 5v5 clash here. I'm not sure if Alpha team is gonna try to push this tower, push in the inhibitor and top lane.
No, they're just being methodical and just getting all the objectives that they can as safe as they can. We can see here the Ormar is really just, you know, entering without any concern because he knows that the damage is not there. And here comes a clash.
Yeah, and here we do see that the Chris6 is able to set so many for his team, but he dies in the process, as well as the Ormar and Florentino for the side of Alpha team. So that went really in favor of Rise Mad there because they only lost 1 member while Alpha team has lost 2.
Yeah, but they still have the Drake, so the gold lead isn't gonna be affected that much since the objectives and the amount of objectives that the Alpha team already accumulated is just too much. Let's see if they're gonna be able to wipe. I think it's the only way that Rice Mad could have an advantage at this game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least right now they're very focused on taking objectives for Rice Mad team. They're able to take the 4th Abyssal Dragon of the game, and I think the Zephys has finally gotten a buff in around 2 minutes. He hasn't gotten a buff in a long time.
Yeah, he's having a hard time since a lot of this heroes of Alpha team is, you know, has a lot of pokes. Raz, that Volcat, that Ormar just coming into your face, getting that buff without any concern because the Ormar knows that they are not decently farmed to burst him immediately.
Yeah, and we do see that the Drake has been summoned here on the bottom lane. I don't think Rice Mad is even gonna try to defend the second tier bottom tower anymore, but we do see that Alpha team has their sights set on pushing at least one of the inhibitor towers here, with the Florentino continuously pushing here on top while the rest of the members are trying to push mid. So we do see that the Zephys tries to end the life of the Drake. He successfully does with little damage from our Alpha team, but it seems that Alpha team is very aggressive right now. While Rise Mad team, the double trouble hits the Hayate. There's so much done. What a nice engagement by Alpha team. All their lives are going down for Rise Mad, and because of that aggressive play from Alpha team, they have secured game 1.
Yeah, this is a best of 1 series, and Alpha team came out on top. Let's ask Kaisaya for a brief analysis of the game. Kaisaya?
Well, I think it was mostly about Team Alpha Team capitalizing their early advantage already, not letting that Hayate go online onto the later part of the game, and more like as well, seeing that Ignis having the slight disadvantage, being quite immobile in comparison to the rest. And I think apart from that, it is all Alpha Team just working towards and capitalizing on their win advantage, and it's them executing it so well. But how about you, KazeeB and Vittorio? Do you have any other thoughts as to how things went right for Alpha Team and what went wrong for the side of RenaistreUp? Let's start with what went right for Team Alpha, KazeeB.
Well, for me, based on what I saw, Alpha Team really knew how to rotate in the map, and they used all of their heroes to provide the proper vision, so they know where to gank, where are the enemy teams, so they knew exactly where they would place themselves on the map to get advantages.
All right then, but your thoughts, Vittorio? What went wrong for the side of Team RenaistreUp?
They weren't. For me, it was about the rotations. They were always walking to risky places. Like what happened to that Kha'Zix. He knows there was a Volcat and Ormar combo looming in that bottom lane, and he still, went near that gap, and he was just gotten the first blood, and that momentum just, spun. Where they got the Sentinel and they really got that Abyssal Dragon without any troubles because there was no vision for RenaistreUp.
Well, let's see about that. There's still hope anyway for Team RenaistreUp to hopefully make a comeback for the lower bracket. So to their fans, don't you worry guys, because there's still hope from that bracket. But for Alpha Team, congratulations, because you're moving on to round 3 in the upper bracket. And up next will be two Philippine teams, Mavis Fortune versus Light Chasers, and we'll just be preparing both of the teams. So for the meantime, it is me, your host Kaisaya, and casters KazeeB and Vittorio, who will be heading on to a really short break. Don't you go away.
How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying?